There once was a man named Job who lived in the land of Uz. He was blameless, a man of complete integrity. He feared God and stayed away from evil. He had 7 sons and 3 daughters. He owned 7,000 sheep, 3,000 camels, 500 teams of oxen, and 500 female donkeys. He also had many servants. He was, in fact, the richest person in that entire area. One day the members of the heavenly court came to present themselves before the Lord, and the accuser, Satan, came with them. "Have you noticed my servant Job?" the Lord asked. "He is the finest man in all the earth." "Yes, but Job has good reason to fear God. You have always put a wall of protection around him. But reach out and take away everything he has, and he will surely curse you to your face." "All right, you may test him," the Lord said. "Do whatever you want with everything he possesses, but don't harm him physically." One day, a messenger arrived. All the oxen were plowing. When the Sabaeans raided us, they killed the farmhands. Another messenger arrived. "Fire from God has fallen from heaven and burned up your sheep and shepherds." Another messenger. "3 bands of Chaldean raiders stole your camels." Then the last, "Your sons and daughters were feasting," when suddenly a powerful wind swept in. The house collapsed, and all your children are dead. Job stood up and tore his robe in grief. Then he shaved his head and fell to the ground to worship. He said, "I came naked from my mother's womb, and I will be naked when I leave. The Lord gave me what I had, and the Lord has taken it away. Praise the name of the Lord." In all of this, Job did not sin by blaming God. Satan came again, and the Lord said, "Have you noticed my servant Job?" Satan replied, "Skin for skin. A man will give up everything he has to save his life." "All right, do with him as you please," the Lord said, "but spare his life." So Satan struck Job with terrible boils from head to foot. His wife said to him, "Are you still trying to maintain your integrity? Curse God and die." But Job replied, "You talk like a foolish woman. Should we accept only good things from the hand of God and never anything bad?" So in all this, Job said nothing wrong. "Why wasn't I born dead? Why didn't I die as I came from the womb?" Then the Lord answered Job from the whirlwind, saying, "Who is this that questions my wisdom with such ignorant words? Brace yourself like a man, because I have some questions for you and you must answer them. Where were you when I laid the foundations of the earth? Tell me if you know so much." Then Job replied to the Lord, "I know that you can do anything and no one can stop you. I was talking about things I knew nothing about. I take back everything I said, and I sit in dust and ashes to show my repentance." When Job prayed for his friends, the Lord restored his fortunes. In fact, the Lord gave him twice as much as before. So the Lord blessed Job in the second half of his life even more than in the beginning. He had 14,000 sheep, 6,000 camels, 1,000 teams of oxen, and 1,000 female donkeys. He also gave Job 7 more sons and 3 more daughters. Job lived 140 years after that, living to see 4 generations of his children and grandchildren. Then he died, an old man who had lived a long, full life.